That. I need to sit down with the Streamlabs people because they're getting on my fucking nerves. I appreciate the whole music. All right. Hopefully we're balanced this time, Twitchers. Sorry about that. So before we get into our bullshit for the next hour, I have some very important announcements to make. Okay. Number one, this popcorn is delicious. Okay. Number two, me and mommy just went on a successful Target run, and I'm gonna say it's successful because not only did I get Starbucks and some cake, I got a new cup.
But I have a picture of you, the rose gold kind of person.
Rose gold has kind of grown on me. It's the color I chose when I went to Bali, because every time I put it away. Every time I travel somewhere new, I pick a travel color, and it's usually a color I've never worn before, to expand my wardrobe and shit, and because I'm bougie and sophisticated. But rose gold is going with me. But that's not the exciting part. The exciting part is I found this to go on my desk. It's for your fingers.
Can you actually play it?
Yes.
Oh Lord, like there better be video of you playing that soon.
Oh, there will be. But anyway, so what are we?
Or turning the mouse to do it.
Well, my mouse and albino lab rat days are over, so those are behind me. It's too tragic to think about. But what are we talking about today, Snoops?
We are talking about two things. We had the idea to talk about only one, but due to recent events.
Bullshit. Bullshit. Pretty much. So
the main thing is two recent events have happened. Yep. It involves black people.
Yep. Notable black people.
One involved in a certain judge
Ketanji
opportunity.
Brown Jackson, amen. That beautiful piece of melanin, that beautiful goddess of intellect and poise, amen. Oh my God, Snoops, they make a bunch of them. They have Ninja Turtles.
I know they do.
I'm sorry.
I don't feel like making a mini arcade. Don't tempt me.
We should make a mini arcade. Anyway, sorry, getting distracted. Damn, have you rubbed off on me today? That sounds disgusting. But no, the lovely Ketanji Brown Jackson, was grilled with stupid shit and dumb stupidity. Huh. Do you love this shit? Are you high right now? Do you ever get nervous? How much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? Like,
what job Mario play?
Right.
Asking like the gatekeeping nerd questions when they find out a girl like Spider-Man. Oh, you like Spider-Man? What's Peter's middle name and the shoe size? Like
Beach. Like all the faces she made are faces that I've always made when I hear, but can he be Goku? Like the poet.
We ain't even talking about no shonen right now. We on a slice of life anime. This is Food Wars, man.
She is like, I guess it just has to happen once every few years where we have a lovely poised black female
Well,
And
can't nobody say shit about. Like, just.
can't nobody say shit about, but has to be faced with stupidity and mockery and sit there and be poised. What happened with the R. Kelly documentary? What Gail say?
I fight for my life.
Robert. Like, ma'am, I strive to be as unbothered as she was. You hear me? I
can't be that unbothered.
strive for it.
Kudos
So,
to motherfuckers that can be.
kudos indeed. And so that we got into a pretty deep discussion about it in one of our intellectual phone calls about she's more than qualified for this position. Like half these motherfuckers questioning her could never
Some haven't even been a judge.
ever.
I've been to court more than some of these people.
Even judged a wet t-shirt contest before. Like what?
Like I've been to court more than some of these people.
How can you even have the audacity,
The
unmitigated gall? Like, hey, babes, like I don't understand whoops the fuck gives these people the right. And so that really led us into talking about, like okay, as someone that has a PhD, I am often overlooked for certain things because I'm overqualified. What the fuck does that mean? Especially as someone who got a PhD out of spite, by the way. No other reason. Out of spite. I am overqualified. Wouldn't you want someone that's like? What does that even fucking mean?
Like as a bartender, like I'm not. I have no PhD, but I've been doing this for a long time.
I mean,
like
you got a PhD.
Not according to certain people on my TikTok, like the troll, but
let's not talk about that now. She just say she likes vanilla sex and keep it moving. Anyway,
but we talk about it afterwards. But
yeah, that's post show.
Just having 10 years of experience here to see this and break down this, like people find out, oh, you managed this, you ran this and did that, did this and did that. Put it down. I did this and did that. Pay attention. That I am overqualified.
I'll never tell you to pay attention. You go to hell. What you were saying?
But like I would get looked over on certain jobs because I'm overqualified. But at the same time, like, what the fuck does overqualified mean? Because Miko, as you were saying, why would you not want somebody overqualified for a job? If I get a doctor that's specialized in open heart surgery, but however they know about the entire body and organs and whatnot, I want you to do my surgery. Like, just
you overqualified as hell.
Yeah,
I want you to pay extra attention to my chart and know that I'm allergic to a certain type of anesthesia in case the nurses overlook it, because nurses run the ERs. People don't let nobody tell you.
Yeah.
Okay. But to find a doctor that actually gives a fuck to read everything, that's way overqualified. If we're going by that. And Bates, that's exactly what we got to in our conversation. That's what they say when they don't want to pay you what you're worth.
They want to pay you what you're worth.
Just
don't want to
say
acknowledge
I can afford you. Just say that. I don't think I can afford your skill set.
Or just say, let me grab this real quick. Let me grab this so y'all can hear this really quickly. Just say, I don't want you to make me feel stupid.
I don't want you to do better.
You a threat.
You a threat. Ooh, baby, listen.
You a threat either to my job, you a threat to my integrity, you a threat to everybody gonna see you know more than me, and I'm gonna look bad.
Say it again. I don't want to hire you because you might do a better job and take my position. Exactly, Sean. Exactly.
Yep.
You don't want to hire me because I'm going to come after your job. Now, as someone that got a PhD out of spite, when I got the job that I have now, the big girl salary one, that was my goal because I couldn't stand it later. So let me tell you what constantly being told you're overqualified breeds: sneakiness, dishonesty, and
lying.
Flat out lying. Omitting shit off your resume.
And at the same time, internally, you're going to end up you still going to have somebody that's overqualified watch you do shit and fuck up constantly. And just be able to fix your problem. The problem that you cause easier because they know how to do it because they predicted you were going to do that shit.
What's the job
that's
you
like my current job.
Overqualified for, right? And that's another problem. We create a list of things that we are way too good to do. That goes hand in hand with that. That's what that breeds. Like, I'm sorry. If it came down to it, I got cut from my job or whatever because I live in an at-will firing state. And, you know, they came down to it, and I got a job at a janitorial service cleaning toilets. You better leave, motherfucker, do it. Why? There's no such thing as overqualified. Over having smoke blown up your ass, maybe. Over pompous, maybe.
Yeah, like overhyped for your own shit. Like, yeah, you can be like, oh, I'm too good for this job, but you still, if you ain't gonna do that job, get out. And also, in most jobs, I'm sorry, like I want to find my replacement because I want to get higher.
That part. Right.
It might just be the Capricorn in me that likes to climb, but it's just
It is. Because y'all some rude
look.
bastards.
I want to teach you how to do my job. So, one, when I ain't here, I ain't got to worry about y'all fucking it up. But two, when I'm gone, as in either I quit, I'm on vacation, I get promoted. You ain't got to.
There's no collapse in skill set. There's no collapse in the job being done, because that's another problem. The other facet of this is, why are we not working together when we work for the same entity? Explain that. I can't boss you around equals you're overqualified. I can't break your spirit and make you bend to my will equals you're overqualified.
But at the same time, like that's our choice. Like,
ooh, like, that's fun, babes.
But at the same time, too, like let's
no murdering people at gas stations.
Train of thought got derailed for a second.
Okay.
Let me go find myself real quick.
Okay. He's thinking. Oh yeah.
What were we talking about? We said
we were talking about breakdown in communication. We were talking about breakdown in skills. Come on, you can do it.
Oh yeah, like I was told in film school, like which stuck with me for a long time. Like I kind of already knew it, but it stuck with me even better because like a professional told me, hire people that know more than you.
Right. Being the smartest person in the room fucking sucks, guys. Okay, it fucking sucks. Because not only do you have to dumb down your intellect, which slows you down, which slows down productivity, it makes you resent the people you work with.
Because you know how to make it better.
We're supposed to need each other. Listen, based as far as I'm here, as far as I care, you are right on time qualified. I don't give a fuck.
Yep, like I'm doing my job now. Like I have servers asking me, like, "What's this? What's this?" And I explain it to them. I have a coworker who is the lead. Kind of does it in an insulting way,
why
he.
Why you say it like that?
Because once again, with the overqualified, he asked me about shit.
You know, that brings up a good point. Because in my current job, the big girl salary job, I have 4 job descriptions. I only get paid for 1. The only trade up I got for doing that much work is being able to make up job descriptions and responsibilities that go on them and put them on my resume to make me more qualified for other things. Amen. I am a clinical counselor. I am a coordinator for a recovery program. I am the level tier 1 tech support for my department. And I am the clinical consultant.
And all of that's mainly because don't nobody want to learn shit. That's
no, not just that. If they do learn it, they don't want to use what they learn. They just want it to look good and sound good.
That's stupid.
I have trained everyone on my staff. We have 10 other therapists on my staff, and I have trained every single one of them to do what I do. And you get a certificate, a certification from a national or accrediting body, and I'm trained the trainer certified. So I could train them how to train other people. I trained all of them how to do baseline stuff, and I trained half of them how to do trainer. How many people do the things that I do at work? Yeah, just me. Hey, I'm gonna put this person on your schedule to do this thing I trained you to do. Ooh, I don't know if I could do that.
We straight up train other people and teach other people because we aren't lazy. We're efficient. At the same time, like we want to have lives too, so we don't like that person who's overqualified could be teaching your staff, your crew, and all the kind of shit that has other viewpoints and aspects. Like
exactly, Gavin. What's the point of learning, taking time to learn something and not use it? That's wasting time.
You can have a partner to help your ass out and even help you look better. Like just.
Now, and from the outside looking in, because we do things efficiently, because we're overqualified, we don't delegate enough. We're not a team player. We don't work well with others. We're unapproachable. Like, bro,
We're bored.
right. Like, it takes me moving and shaking all these things with people out of my way to keep my brain stimulated enough to function at the capacity it's used to functioning at so that I don't get depressed and existential while I'm on the clock.
It's a double-edged sword in a lot of ways. A lot of people are overqualified. You got to keep most people who are overqualified busy, but at the same time, keeping them busy can benefit you in a lot of ways.
But you got to pay them.
Yep.
You have to pay them. Okay? You have to pay them. You have to acknowledge their efforts. You have, just like a employee that needs, encouragement and support. All of your employees need encouragement and support at
Ooh,
every level.
This is gonna be a video, but I need to say this right now too. Yo, just all employees, anybody that has if you got more than 2 employees, I want you to know this. Your best employee half-asses. Y'all heard me? Y'all heard me? Your best employee half-asses.
Half-asses. Your high-functioning, high-brain stimulated employee does 4 times the work with half the fucking effort. Could you imagine if I whole-assed my job? Oh my God!
I haven't 3/4 assed my job yet. I've told them that too. I have at the most 2/3 my ass.
Exactly, Bates. Exactly. Smarter, not harder. I revolutionized my department's efforts at outreach and content making by setting
You just use common sense.
By setting up social media accounts. Y'all, how hard is it to set up a social media account?
You use common business sense.
And I post on it every day from the outside. I use a posting campaign manager. I schedule it for the month and leave it.
Common business sense. Because you've been in other jobs where you've seen stuff that happen. You've been open to changing and adapting.
With being overqualified, you just don't want to take my experience for what it's worth. You don't want to hear what I have to say that could possibly benefit you.
This can't help you at all.
When I say, hey, this kind of remind me of this situation, be sure to check on this, and this. Don't tell me how to do my job. Okay. All right. Okay.
I'm gonna pull me a nice cup of tea. I'm gonna sit in the stool right here and I'm gonna watch. I'm gonna pour some tea, grab some popcorn. I'm gonna sit here and watch what happens. So, I got a solution right here, just in case. But
just in case, prepped and ready, even though you ain't asked. But I'm waiting on you to ask.
Like, all we need, read this.
Here.
There
what
you go.
Is this? I need a solution. Here.
Can't you help me? This is all the help I'm giving you now.
It's plug and play. Just here.
I could have stopped this from happening, but hey.
Oh my God! Don't even start with it. Like, you want people with innovative minds and out of the box thinking, but because you feel threatened by that, you don't hire them. Now, out of the box thinking. Let me wrap our example back around. So to Miss Ketanji, I am upset at the phrase, she appears soft on crime. I am upset. You know why I'm upset at that? Because
why, Miko?
Because that implies that to be hard on crime, that means straight edge, straight across the board. That means there's no room for variability.
You ain't got no wiggle room.
There's no wiggle room. It's just like, nope, don't think so. Don't think so. You ain't Foxy Brown.
You stole that loaf of bread? Cut your hand off.
Cut your hand off. I don't give a shit if it's to
feed
your
was poor and hungry.
Kids. Cut it out. Now, that's a problem for me because rigid thinking is why empires crumble. Hence, our empires crumble.
You can't fly your kite on the stick. You need a string, baby.
Ooh. Like, you sentence this person to this amount, but you sentence this person that's accused of the same thing for a different amount. Why is that? First of all, Senator, you are looking at a document that I am not. I don't have that case in front of me. However, and I'm just like, you better fucking preach to these motherfuckers. Because you say soft on crime, I say evolutionarily effective. And here's what I mean by that.
Also,
that means the punishment has to fit the crime. Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Stealing a pack of gum and stealing the car. They're both stealing. They're both theft.
You steal 600 packs of gum and stealing a car. There you go. Because Grand Theft Auto is kind of monetary, but
okay, but yeah.
But yeah.
stealing a pack of gum from a store and also stealing a video game from a store. Two, still stealing from the store, but one's
But it's
exact.
under $100.
One's,
But they're exactly the same. Right. Yeah.
but also let's put out the fact that we have research and evidence about certain races being charged different quantities for the same crime in the exact same states and the exact same court, sometimes with the exact same judge.
This popcorn. And the tea is good
Let me
too.
get
The
some
tea
more
is
tea.
good
Let me
too.
go ahead and pour
The
me
tea.
some more. Like,
Let me
this is more ranty than educational in certain ways, y'all. This is one of our us
Yeah.
us days. Like,
Exactly, Kelby. Not all crime is the same. So how can we sit here and be rigid and thinking? And again, another soapbox of mine. Why are we only out to punish? Where is the rehabilitation? Because the way we currently approach things in our criminal justice system is we punish,
no,
and
you a
then when they
criminal, you go to
serve
jail.
their
You
requirements
serve your
or their
time, and you come out, you still a criminal.
you're still a criminal.
I can't believe you spent that time in jail. And you, of course, you're gonna go back to your crimes. We're not gonna hire you.
We're not going to
you're
hire
not
you. You can't
qualified.
vote.
We're not gonna hire you at all.
You're not
No
a
one.
productive member of society anymore. Well,
Why'd you go back to crime?
That's your fault. That's the thing, Sean. No, there is way more money in rehabilitation, and I will tell you why. If you decriminalize certain substances, I guarantee you it will pay for itself in 3 years. Why? Because private rehab facilities are fucking expensive.
Which, I mean, that's why weed's legal now, because they find other ways to make money.
It's popcorn.
That's just
Yeah,
good tea.
it's fucking
But also at the same time, anybody that's been in jail should get that expunged for their record. Anybody that's in jail, you need to get out and with some reparations, because you done lost a good chunk of your life because of like an ounce.
Because Chad over here now has 6 weed farms and his business is booming, but you still sitting in jail because you had an ounce on you.
With your intent to sell, but you just gonna smoke it when you got home. Like, they say your intent to sell. I had a bad long day. I actually got paid a little extra. I was just stocking up for later. Like,
Yeah, that's true, Sean. That's true. Oh, Pep. Speaking of, I need some of that Shelton Vineyard Riesling in Stocking House. 4 bottles. Four bottles.
oh Lord, don't stock the abuse.
You
Anyone
gotta
to
see,
Riesling.
fuck an ounce. You right? That shit ain't right. That shit doesn't like. That's one thing I loved about the movie Demolition Man. It was just a very cute little subtle detail. Like when they cryo-froze prisoners, they had a rehab program. What was John's?
Sitting there knitting just. But yeah, like.
Thanks, Pep.
But at the same time, they think there's no money in solving the problem. It's just keep the problem going.
Because that's stupid. You're like cutting off your own economic supply. If you keep snatching people on stupid charges, putting them away, criminalizing them for the rest of their lives so that they can't be a productive member of society, which means they can't put back into the economy because they can't get hired. Like, you have to stop that.
They commit more crime and then getting arrested again and being back in that same system where we're putting money into that slave trade, basically.
Because private prisons, oh my God. That's why I had to stop listening to my conspiracy theory CIA podcast, because CIA is responsible for a lot of private prisons. Did y'all know that? It's fucking infuriating. And it's so terrible because, like, the underlying mechanism that it has grown into, it's like I'm surprised this man over here is still alive, because there are so many pitfalls for people of color and black males in general.
Especially outspoken black men.
It's like any wrong step can be quicksand falling into the pipeline of jail. All right, you made it from middle school. You probably won't make it to high school. Okay, you make it to high school. You might not make it to college.
I could have been put to jail on a whim of somebody saying shit, especially back in the day.
Oh hell yeah.
Let some white bitch cry.
You knew. You fucking knew. I'm sorry. Yep, they've been able to close prisons. You're absolutely right, Bates. Because they're not getting repeat offenders. Baby.
They're trying to get whoever they can.
And what is even more fucked up? Y'all ready? At least I want to say 25-35% of those repeat offenders are veterans. You know why? Because
America don't give a fuck when they use the veterans up.
They don't give a fuck. They expect them to die and not come back.
But
That's,
yeah, fight for your country,
that's
fight for
why
your.
they
Oh
don't
shit,
tell
you
them
live.
about benefits. That's why they don't tell their
Speaking of
significant
live,
others about their benefits. They don't expect you to live. Marines, oh my God, they train you. I will get us in the Marines. They train you in everything you need to survive being homeless.
what they do to Marines.
Boy, boy,
Whew, I know, like there's a whole branch
like
brotherhood of bonding and giving each other shit, like the Army, Air Force, and the Marine. Like, but ooh
boy,
boy,
don't give me that. Don't stop me. So, as another side hustle, I teach, and I picked up a new course this semester. I teach military and trauma family counseling because as a retired military wife, i.e., divorced military wife, it is easy to be indoctrinated into the culture even if you ain't in it. And I think that's fucked up.
you be saying hoorah without thinking about it, like.
And showing up to mandatory fun, bugs eating all over your ass, standing in formation because that's my husband, bitch.
That's your meal ticket. Shut up.
Wasn't even that. Why?
Now go to the
BAH
limit
is
line,
not
get you a new
fucking
car.
dependable. Fucking VA keeps fucking with you every time. You gotta call them and stay on the phone 6 hours because you didn't get your check that month. Like, bro.
Or like, yeah, you got to prove that you lost your leg in the war. Like, I got the Purple Heart and everything. You still got to prove that you lost your leg in the
You
war
can
before
buy
you
one
pay.
of them off eBay. We need the paperwork. Did you ever go to medical?
Like,
I was
like here's the.
told not to go to medical. By
I was
whom?
unconscious.
Do you have evidence for this? They just kind of kept me in the tent until I woke up.
Like I disappeared. Like I saved like I saved everybody. Woke up in the tent like that,
Mm, mm, mm.
and I couldn't feel my leg like that.
But we have gotten off on a tangent. All right, we are in part two of the of shenanigans today. So, final thoughts on overqualified.
Oh wait, still on.
Switch over to your cognac in a sec. Final
But
thoughts on overqualified.
overqualification is nothing more than an excuse people try to use. Like I have never. There is nothing you don't want overqualified. An automatic door is overqualified to be a door. Like AC, that's overqualified. Just get a
An
fan.
escalator?
Overqualified stairs.
Overqualified stairs. That don't make no fucking sense. What the fuck do you like? Huh? Look at me. Auntie Miko is giving everybody permission. The next time you're in an interview and they give you, well, we're gonna go with another candidate. We feel you were too overqualified. Ask them what the
Ask
fuck
them what
that
they mean.
means.
Well, you see, you might
That's
not be
right. Call them
in the.
overqualified stairs from now on. Damn, Liv, is airtime just kicking you off all the time? It don't want you to be great. So, but yeah, that does not compute. That sounds like some shit we made up to sound politically correct.
Just say you a threat to my job.
And the last part of that, because we touched on this too, that part of that, if you just came out and said, I feel like your
Patrick
skill
is
set would
grubbing.
be very, I think that's Maya. Oh wait, no, that is Patrick. Somebody got a boom.
You know the sound of my son munching on the bone?
You do.
I make that sound.
So, then the next, if someone says, you know what, your skill set would be highly beneficial here, but I'm afraid we could
Why
not
the
provide,
but?
we could not provide the salary range that you would be worth. If somebody said that to me in an interview, I would be willing to negotiate because you
That's
give
time
a shit,
for negotiation.
You give a shit, which makes me give a shit.
Because the benefit does not have to be financial.
Right.
I can
And
pick what
it
days
does
I work.
not have to be right now because if you are welcoming and engaging enough and open and honest enough about, wanting my ability but not being able to obtain it the way you want, that means if I care about it and negotiate a salary and we say, you know what, we'll come back and renegotiate at a later date, that means my awesome ability will improve your business enough to then make you more money so you can give me more money.
And you'll actually be having someone motivated to do so.
That
But also hiring them promoting them after they did it will motivate them to do more, to do better because they
Oh my
see a
Lord,
progression.
not closing up and doing assistant manager's job on probationary pay. Get the fuck. Boo. Boo, babe. I'm glad you quit.
Tomatoes, boo.
Boo, tomato. Boo this man. Now, switching gears. to the slap her around the world last night, Jesus. I have seen so many back and forths on this shit. And I will start on my end of things by saying we are grown. Stop putting hands on each other. Okay? I'm going to start and end with that. We are grown. Stop putting hands on each other. I'm going to say it one more time. Stop putting hands on each other. Like, this is the same shit with the fucking Jay-Z salon shit. Oh, he ain't hit her back and she was. Listen, we are grown. Stop putting. I was raised in a hood that said, if somebody put their hands on you, you gonna get hands. They gonna get hands laid on them.
You don't get hands. Like, you get
like,
hands, you get hands. Like,
hands are ready to eat for everyone. This is
hands don't care your race, your gender.
I'm not gonna say orthodox. I'm gonna say, am I gonna say traditional? Traditional feminists disagree. Equality to me means if I want to throw hands with your ass, I'm gonna throw hands with your ass, and you're gonna throw hands with me. I'm a different kind of feminist.
She will throw hands.
And I will.
She got hands. The bitch got hands. Like, don't forget. We'll fought.
We're not allowed to fight no more.
We ain't allowed to fight no more. But we're allowed
to fight no more.
Motherfucker.
Did you get it?
I don't think so.
But you not keep your hands off each other, because this is the part that's bothersome to me, and it's bothersome a lot of times when I'm seeing therapy clients or whatever.
Oh, give it a second, Liv. We gon' trust me. I'm gonna get to that.
You have contradicting values at play here. Contradicting values, okay? If Chris Rock was Jaden, okay, and he said some out-of-pocket shit and somebody decked him, you gonna get mad? No, because that's your child. That is a contradicting value. You cannot place, even though that's what our natural emotional state tells us to do, we cannot place symbolic heated relationship shit reactions on people to excuse them from consequences or to excuse them from things we deem wrong. Okay? Keep hands off people. Go ahead.
However,
I'm gonna pause you for a second. Y'all heard what I said. Keep hands off people. Go ahead. I do not agree. Go ahead.
However, while violence may not be the answer or the only answer, sometimes it's an answer, because everybody knows that one motherfucker. If you got a slap free ticket today, if you got one free slap ticket, you know somebody you're gonna get in your car and go to throw the ticket in their face and bam with the ticket in hand. Like, just, sometimes I'd hate to say it this way. Sometimes you need to check a motherfucker. This is coming from a black dude who is seen as goofy, funny, don't get taken serious for a lot of things, even when I'm being dead serious. It's like, oh, he ain't gonna do nothing. He ain't gonna do nothing. He ain't gonna do nothing. I need you to stop doing this, please. Can you please stop doing this? And whatever, you ain't gonna do shit. I am serious. You do this again, I'm gonna slap you. Man, you ain't gonna do shit.
That's a perfect segue to what Bates said. Famous last words from me. I'm gonna be on the news.
because like Liv just said, he's human. But it's like, and just watching that come from the hood I come from. You seen my family, Miko. They old school as shit. You seen my uncle slapping a mucker just like Will Dead Rock.
Now, y'all don't understand his family, okay? Okay, his family is not only old school, they country as hell. I don't know if y'all remember that scene on Lackawanna Blues with Macy Gray character and the dude come downstairs. They got bandaged necks up and shit. Like, what the fuck happened to y'all? We slashed at each other's throats with our switchblade last night, but we in love now. That's his people.
Like, you seen Uncle Kenny, Uncle Brown get at this hard and hit a motherfucker.
Oh my God.
And then drink beers later, like cuz.
Table, and then be outside smoking a cigarette. Told you to quit fucking with me. Yeah, you did.
Exactly, like watching that whole progression, seeing him tell that joke. People say, "Well, laughed at it." Look, how many of you have laughed at something that you know you shouldn't have laughed at because either you're nervous, you upset, you just trying not to be that guy in the situation to make a scene, like.
Now to clarify,
anybody who
mean
black
that these reasons are right, just means that these reasons are explanations.
These reasons happen. Anybody who's a POC or support POC, how many of y'all done heard some of those little two races like, you say one more time, we'll
before
fuck
we
you up.
were given the term microaggression as a superpower to call people out with.
Yeah, it's like, how many like, in your back of your mind, you say this one more time, I'm gonna fuck you up. Like,
I'm gonna fuck you up.
You will get hooked up. Like, keep joking, keep being goofy. You will get hooked up in here. Like,
no, don't ever say that again.
Well, I'll slap the taste out your mouth, Mickey. Like, just... Say something about Max again. Say something about Max again.
Anyway, I can't say it. Oh my God.
But seriously though, we don't have the context. But if I can just look at the context clues that I saw during the whole video that I seen like 20,000 times, that was a walk of somebody. What's up, Fast? We ain't here yet. We ain't here for peace. We ain't there. Sometimes the way he strolled up to him, that was like he looked him dead in the eye, kept on walking. I heard the Wild West.
And I looked at him.
I heard the Wild West thing get up because like he laughed, ha ha. Jay was like, "Oh shit, you ain't laughing at this. You hurt by this. Okay, I guess I got to do something." Just got up, walked straight to him, hit him not under, not over, not
Open
backhand.
He cares.
Open palm, parallel. He did it parallel to the face. That's like I see you as an equal.
Tasteless joke. Apologies.
Like I see you as an equal. Cause that came right from the hip.
I challenge you to a duel, sir. Wham.
That came from the hip. Pow! And he turned around, straightened up, and walked off. We also did he kind of lean into Chris? Like it's like to me, like I told you to stop. That
I didn't. I've only watched it twice. I'm
just
not impressed.
I refuse to believe in my brain meats and my head canon that they hadn't already had this talk in private at least once or twice. Because the black celebrity circle is already but so small. But comedy circle gets a little smaller. Especially after 2016, something had to be said between them two about some shit. I only say that because when he said, "Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth,"
he makes a Jada joke just about every time he hosts Oscars. This isn't his first time hosting Oscars.
Exactly.
But that also, somebody.
But he wasn't there. Will wasn't there for those.
So Hattie Mae made a good point today in her rows back and forth with people on Al Gore's great internet about somebody chimed in and said, "Yeah, but y'all realize writers write for Oscars and they tell people to read the teleprompter and not to ad lib."
I think it depends on who they have hosting.
I said fair. However, the shit is tasteless. That is distasteful. Now, the biggest qualm, because we're gonna back out and look at this big picture real quick. Biggest qualm I have with that is you made a good point. You said context. Hey, context.
Oh,
no one that is not Jada, Will, or Chris Rock will ever get the correct text of this. We weren't there. We don't have state of mind. We just on Al Gore's good internet, popping, cracking jokes and making memes. How am I supposed to take any of this shit seriously?
Well, Liv just said, like Steve Harvey said, they tell each other the jokes as a courtesy, and he probably said no, and he said it anyway. That's kind of situation, like.
But that is something to blackball people about and to sue for slander. That's called slander. That's called defamation of character.
What part could I also reading comments? What did you say?
I said, there are other ways to handle that, though. That's my qualm with it. Again,
either way, people would have been saying somebody handled something wrong. Like people would have been talking shit no matter what happened.
But I would rather they talk shit than have visible, viable, physical evidence to press assault charges on a black person. That is the value that is getting crossed for me here.
Chris ain't pressed charges.
I don't care. The Oscars could still press charges. It is their environment. It is their event, and it was disrupted. Didn't they fine Kanye West when he interrupted T Swift? They did.
Oh, I didn't know that.
You can't sit here and take over somebody's event. If you're not the MC, if you're not the host, you're supposed to be given your 5 minutes to accept your speech or whatever, and then get the fuck off. Otherwise, you are on the podium representing the event and sponsors of the event. You can't do that. Now, I mean, people might disagree with me, like, oh no, Miko. I mean, that sounds like a bunch of civil mumbo jumbo. I just get in there and handle business. Well, you're handling it wrong, and you're adding to the stereotype of being savages, and not in the nice attitudinal Meg Thee Stallion way.
I can agree with that, but also at the same time, I also feel like when people will say, "Well, I would have did this, I would have did that," y'all would go back to context. Y'all haven't been in that situation.
You haven't.
Like,
You haven't.
think about being browbeaten for like what 2-3 years
Oh my
by
God.
everybody,
By everyone. And clowned. By everyone.
browbeaten, clown by everybody, and then like shit that happened between you and your wife and some other person. Like, well, people still want to bring that shit up. Like,
Right. It was years ago at this point.
like what happened when he did? Why was this energy when you did
his
this?
wife. Who gives a shit? So did Tupac.
Like, people grow and change and adapt. You don't give them a chance to change. Like, but like they gotten closer apparently doing all that kind of shit. But like they understood each other. They talked. They did whatever they did in private.
And
Hallelujah.
That's the important piece for me. So, my coworkers today. So we sat in staff meeting for an hour and a half talking about this shit. My coworker made a good point because I only watched the video maybe one and a half times.
I gotta say something about that one too. Like, I agree with you on that.
Times. I did not catch Jada's side out of Will. Didn't catch it. But everyone was interpreting it as, I mean, you just gonna let him sit there? What you gonna do? Like, that is problematic. If my spouse side eyes me, that means we're having a conversation. That does not mean I am getting up and acting as if I think I should act or appropriate in the experience. I am going to clarify, what are you expecting from me in this moment? That is childish to think you can assume and read your partner's mind. I don't care how close you are.
Mm-hmm. Liz said the slap wasn't savage. It was quite civil. No closed fists. Okay, I will say something about the whole civil shit. Also remember, back in the day, civility was getting your glove out, slapping somebody, and challenging to a duel to the death.
But that was only for white people. Those rules don't apply.
True. None of these rules apply to us.
None.
We do what we want to. Like, we do what we want to and still get fucked up. We can follow the rules and get fucked up.
Yeah. Boom. So, but I don't care. It's still physical contact between your person and someone else's person, and that's unacceptable.
To quote
like,
Chris Rock, the quote Chris Rock right now. I don't condone, but I understand.
Right. Now, make the points you made yesterday about the real shit I disagreed with about humans basically being animals. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, humans are animals. Like, we are savage in certain aspects as a whole species. Like, plus we see our eyes face forward. We're predatory animals, and even the most dangerous predatory animals give warning systems before they go all out. Mm-hmm. As in, a rattlesnake will try to get away. A rattlesnake, if you corner it, will rattle. Like, hey, motherfucker, back up. A rattlesnake will even bite you without injecting its venom to just show you, like, hey, back the fuck up. I ain't playing. I told you I wasn't playing. Fuck with me again.
Yeah, it's rich white people baits, absolutely.
like a dog, any kind of dog, like, will growl. Do like if it will snap at you, it will grab, it will bite at you, and it will snap at you once where you feel its teeth enough, like it kind of hurts.
I can see you,
but it stops. Like, hey, that's your warning hit. Cats, from teeny kittens to fucking tigers and mountain lions, they'll growl, they'll hiss. You get too close to them, they'll pop you one good time. No claws, just like bam.
Skibbity paps.
You get one good skibbity pap and just like pop. All right, next time I'm putting the claws out. That's how I kind of feel like this my interpretation was there was some buildup that led to him getting slapped. Was it right? No, but I understand it because there might have been some buildup like, hey, Lee, whether the buildup be like, which isn't right, like just all the shit that happened all these years ago, he just blew his gasket or just told Chris personally, like, hey, Chris, I need you to chill out with jokes on my wife at the Oscars. Could you please do that for me? And he started joking again, like, Chris, I'm serious. Because people think it's nice guy Will Smith. He ain't gonna do nothing. Like this. I need you to stop. It could happen once, twice, or three times. Like, look, man,
Oh,
you do
well,
this.
damn.
You do this, and I will slap the shit out you. You about to bring West Philly out of me. I'm begging you to stop what you're doing for me and you. But I could be wrong.
Now, to kind of supplement that, I don't know if any of you have ever read his book, just kind of his biographical background and all this shit. From the psychology standpoint, it does make sense simply because in his upbringing, he was a witness to domestic violence frequently, of his father against his mother, and he was always, he was not a fight or flight person. He was a freeze person, unfortunately. And as a kid, what the fuck can you do when dad is beating shit out of mom? So you freeze and you
Mm-hmm.
are forever kind of settled with, I didn't do anything. So when you are in a position where that may
This
have been
tea has
triggered
come.
and your significant other looks over at you and says, "What are you going to do about it?" I can see how the urge to do something comes up. Now,
Wait, dolphins have different warning signs? Okay, cool. Like different dolphins have different ways of warning people.
that's hot. That's hot.
Oh, don't fuck with me. All
Well, no,
right.
one of them is I'm about to bust because dolphins are perverts. Anyway,
God, I
however,
hate
comma.
dolphins.
Hi, Dr. Miko here, longtime participant, full time smartass. The difference and why I will say that humans are not animals is because we evolved past our reptilian brain for a reason. We are one of the only creatures on the planet because obviously we've only searched 25% of the ocean. Only creatures on the planet that have the skill of metacognition. That's thinking about thinking, which means thinking about our process, thinking about our
Say
actions
orangutans are
before
pretty
we do
close
that.
then.
Yeah, orangutans are pretty close. Um, and all that shit. Octopus. Um,
Nah, I don't trust octopi.
you shouldn't. You shouldn't. Hi, so much. So I have to completely disagree that we are not animals simply because I like titties, I like pussy, and I like fat asses. But I have never lost control into an animal instinct to take whatever I see walking in front of me. I
True.
can't agree with humans being animals simply because you are making decisions
I'm
with a
not using this as
conscious
an
da da
excuse.
da
Like, yeah,
da. I know that.
ah,
I'm that. You are making decisions whether you are consciously aware or not. Okay, you stupid. Consciously aware or not. That's how we differ from animals. Is whether or not we decide to be conscious and take thoughts from being automatic to calculated and thought about and chosen. Okay, Calvino, I agree with you. Sometimes you do got to show your gangster, but there are other ways to do it. Other ways to do it because this whole lashing out because okay, if we excuse that as animalistic behavior, then we have to excuse every Karen that has cried, thrown a tantrum in the floor, and started screaming at a person or woman of color in a Victoria's Secret. We'd have to excuse that, and y'all can sit here and say, no, that's apples and oranges. No, the fuck it's not. What
They already excuse it.
we've been doing that all fucking show. It's only for white people. We should pre-record some of these shit so they can just lean in behind our heads. But no, but yeah, yes, no, it's system of reasoning is far beyond animals. So to sit here and say making noise and giving warning signs and blah blah blah, it's whatever. Um, it could have been
see,
as
that's
simple as if you. I'm gonna have to call your PR person because clearly you are not listening to me and threaten to sue your ass or threaten some civil because only the thing people care
man.
about
Why
is things.
Will wouldn't do nothing that they want when he said some shit about his wife? If that was me, I would have said something just then. Will a punk ass bitch for not saying something to Chris Rock when he had to go behind his back, talk to his PR person. That's what's gonna happen. You knew it was gonna happen.
But what that got to do with them resolving shit? What do we, as the audience, have anything to do with these people?
You was like, you publicly made fun of my wife. I'll publicly correct you. Like, I'm of both minds about it. Like, yes, it's wrong, but I get it. Just, just because of my own personal experiences and probably some biases. Just
And a small sidebar, Stonehenge, I used to have the same question when I was in 8th grade, and I had a
they
lovely
got to do it
biology
exactly.
teacher that sat me down and explained that evolution is not the way we think it is. Okay, evolution occurs through sporadic mutations in genetics. So the reason there are still apes is because they have not had any sporadic mutations in genetics. It's not guaranteed for all species. Next question.
They just sitting there chilling, aping,
Aping, going ape
aping and
shit,
escaping.
sitting there in Donkey Kong Country and shit.
Like I'm not excusing, but
Yeah.
it was a breaking point for them. Like
Yeah,
it may have been a breaking point.
it's
Like
an
it's no,
explanation, but not an excuse. Totally agree with that. Totally excuse.
yeah, I can agree with that. Like I ain't saying it was right. Both are wrong. Both are right in certain ways. Like it's the gray areas here. Okay, this is
It's
this.
the Oscar Stone Mage. This is a predominantly white institution. There's not going to be security. They think celebrities are civil and not people.
They think celebrities are superheroes. That's also a part of it too. Like there's this whole thought process of celebrities being god tier humans, but they
That
forget
part.
the human part.
That part.
We
I
forget that
always
they're
forget
regular people.
they are regular people that should not be pedestaled. They should not be
Yeah, and
put on a
Jay was talking about like that part, and they're old. They're like Walmart greeters at night. That's it.
yeah.
They're there to check
My
your ID and
question
move
though is
on.
why does Mel Gibson still go to the Oscars?
Why is he still allowed at the Oscars?
Because he has money.
Talk about that part. Like he done did some foul shit. He shouldn't be in the motherfucker no more. But like in every serious aspect, we forget that celebrities or people you find celebrities are deep.
Are people.
Even,
They're
I
people.
keep forgetting the word I keep saying about social people having a relationship with social people, social media
You
people,
just told me it too, like 3 days
parasocial
ago.
relationships,
I think so.
parasocial relationships where you think because I see you on TV enough, I watch your movies, I follow you on TikTok, I watch your YouTube, I'm on your Instagram, your Snapchat. There's that weird context that we have with people where we just see them as that one thing that we want them to see and forget they're fucking human.
Yeah. Yeah.
And like looking at it from that aspect, like I'm once again, I don't condone it. To quote you, Chris Rock, I don't condone it, but I understand. It's you spending 2 to 3 years getting dogged out by
Everybody.
everybody,
Your
everybody,
kids at the dinner
everybody,
table showing
every
you memes of people make it about you.
and people talking shit about you, your wife,
Your
your
kids,
kids.
your
Like they
weight gain,
stayed
your
on.
weight loss, all of it.
They you went from Uncle Will to Uncle Phil. Like it's just like a, everybody has to have a breaking point. Like when we keep piling that shit on, we forget. Oh, how we forget what we've done. Like just.
And
But that's
I think the whole process of people elevating them to pedestals is because they can't be where they are. Meaning the only difference between us and Megan and Cardi B and Beyonce is that
I can't wait to see them fall though. That's that
that
part too.
too, that too, is that they are elevated to a point where they are now showcased on a
Money.
platform. Even though in the age of 2022 and information and social media, we can all build and have platforms.
Don't get me
Like,
started on that. Like I got almost 25K people and I feel weird.
right,
People think they know me well enough. Y'all don't know
right.
shit.
Think you know me well enough to troll you about vanilla shit. Get the fuck out of here. And it's stupid because it didn't bug me until I actually thought about it. I said, that's. My brain
It
was like,
bugs because
no, that's kink
either way
shaming.
doesn't
We
make
don't kink
sense.
shame here.
No, it was more
Now.
body shaming. It was more body shaming because apparently since I had all that stuff, I had a little meat. I had a schmeep. But even then, that doesn't mean I couldn't satisfy a partner with a schmeep.
So just say you don't believe that toys are coworkers. Just say that.
Just say you threaten my toys and props, like whatever. These are those that I got a tool bag. That's a bag of tools under my bed. All right.
I sincerely doubt the game would have tussled with anybody on that stage, seeing as how I'm pretty sure he is anxious not to go back to the prison system. Contrary to pop belief, most rappers actually don't like having to go back to jail. Ha ha! They don't.
Yeah,
I
jail
mean,
ain't fun.
Tucci probably goes in and out of there simply because it's cheaper than a 28-day hold in a grippy sock adventure.
Or Young Buck, just kind of vacation now. But
Like, because
okay, some
all
dudes
their assets
you
are
can't take the
frozen
jail
while
out
they're
of them.
there.
Like you just better off there. Like just,
Well, yeah,
you
and that's
you've
not
been
to
there
say
for so
like because
long.
they're delinquents. It's more so because it's a structured lifestyle that they are used to, and when it
Yeah,
comes to having to set their own structure, they can't.
like
Which
you've
is
been there
another
so
problem
long.
I
That's
have with the
home
prison
now.
system. You make people dependent on this shit, and they can't live their own lives. But it's 8:29.
Oh
Let's
shit,
hit
time
the
flies.
wig wheel. Bop. Do 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 do
Bop.
do 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 do. Sweatlana,
Do,
didn't we
do,
just
do,
do
do.
like 2 weeks ago? We picking again. Do 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 do. That one's not the storm wig. That one's actually blonde. That's not the storm wig. The storm wig is white. That one is blonde. I feel like I keep doing you though. All right, one more spin. One more spin. I'm buying this wig because I just bought these wigs and I ain't seen them yet. So it's fine. All right, we'll work with this. We'll wear that one. That's fine. But all right, Twitch, we are going to raid you to Dondering 101. And
John!
my airtimers, y'all are more, you are more than welcome to come up so we can talk about this bullshit. Yeah. Peace out.